Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This is your girl Tashin, and I'm back with another video. How's y'all weekend? I know today's what, Tuesday? Is it? Yeah, today's Tuesday. That's crazy. Time going so fast. How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing great. I'm doing fine. We're gonna be reacting to He Murdered Them All. Alright, this is crazy. Let's get straight to it. He murdered them all.
So one day, this 55-year-old man is in a grocery store parking lot when suddenly, bang, he gets shot. He's unalived. The next day, bang, a guy is shot while he's mowing the lawn. Then, bang, a cab driver is shot while pumping gas. Then, bang, a woman at a post office is shot. Then, bang, another woman at a gas station. And then later that night, bang, an older man who's just walking along on the sidewalk. Now, after all these random shootings, the police chief of Montgomery County, Maryland, this guy, Moose is like, well, these shootings, they gotta be connected. But unfortunately, police, they have no real leads. And then the next day, bang, another woman is shot while she's loading bags into her car. Luckily, this woman survives. And Moose and the rest of the police are like, what the fuck? Because none of the victims fit the same profile. It's like none of the victims are connected. Then, a few days later, a 13-year-old kid is getting out of his aunt's car to go to school, and bang, he gets shot. And when the kid got shot, they find a tarot card with a message written on it. Call me God. And while police are investigating that, bang, another person gets unalived while they're pumping gas. And at this point, Moose, he's stressed out over this. It seems like no one in the area is safe. And police are doing everything they can. They're working with the FBI, they've set up a tip line to see if anyone has any information, but nothing seems to help. And by this point, the word of these shootings has hit national news, and the information has spread, and the people in the DC area are all freaked out, and people are staying indoors, and the schools in the area are on lockdown. Like, they won't even let kids go out for recess. And over the next few days, 3 more people are shot. Bang, bang.
So I don't know if this is the same story that this is some. I think because there was a kid that was doing this. I don't know if this is the same story, but come to find out, I think it was his father or his uncle. I believe it was his father. I believe that had something to do with it also. I think his father was teaching him to shoot people. I think it was something to do with a sniper. I think I heard about this, but it was in Virginia. Wait, where did he say this was at? Because this was in Virginia, I believe. I'm getting a little mixed up, but this was like so many years ago. So I don't know if this is the same kid.
Bang, bang, and only one of them survives. However, this time, police are able to recover the bullet from inside that survivor's chest, which confirms all the shootings are connected to the same firearm, meaning they were done by the same person. They also find a ransom note in the woods near one of the shootings. And in this note, this mysterious shooter is referring to himself as some kind of god once again. And he's now demanding $10 million, or he'll keep unaliving people. Then, a few days later, bang, the shooter unalives a bus driver about to start his shift. So the shootings haven't stopped, and it doesn't look like this guy is ever gonna get caught. Until Moose, he's still working hard on this case. And in that ransom note they found, the killer mentions that he had once tried to contact police via the tip line they set up. And Moose is like, wait, he called the tip line? So police look into this, and yeah, it's true. Someone did call the tip line. But this caller claimed to be involved with an earlier liquor store robbery and shooting all the way over in Alabama. I guess police had assumed it was an unrelated crime because Alabama is so many states away from where they are in the DC area. So they look into this robbery that happened in Alabama, and it turns out the robber had accidentally left a fingerprint at the scene.
Oh my God.
Then who is this mysterious...
Oh my God. I forgot that I'm recording. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so into this story. So basically, this happened years ago. I heard about this. It was on the news. So this did happen in Virginia, but it seemed like they did this in other states. But I heard the killer, he's from Virginia, or maybe I'm getting it mixed up. Maybe I am getting it mixed up. I'm not sure because I don't remember all the details. But what happened is, so the kid, like I said, he's not doing it alone. That's the thing. But I don't know if it's the same kid. I'm gonna make him finish the story. But there was one where the kid, he was with his uncle or his father, whatever, and they both was doing it. They were going around killing random people off the street. And I remember watching this on the news here in New York, and we was watching it. We was scared too, because we was thinking to ourselves like, oh shoot, I hope they don't come to New York with this bull crap, because this is scary. It was around this time, it was so scary. I was scared to go outside. And I had my daughter, and I was like, oh my God, I'm scared to go outside, because I don't know because Virginia's not really that far from New York. If they really want to travel, so it was still scary. And I'm quite sure everybody in every state was still scared, because we don't know if this was only one person is doing this. Could be multiple people doing this. Nobody didn't know what was going on. All I know that we all was so scared. Me and my mom, we was so scared to go outside. We was like, I don't know. We're gonna have to stay in the house till they find this killer, because this is too scary. You don't know. Oh my God.
Shooter. Well, it all starts with this guy, John Mohammed. And one day, John Mohammed's traveling, and he's in Antigua, and he meets this kid.
So it's the same story, but okay, so I thought it was his father, so it's not his father.
Malvo's 14. And John Mohammed becomes like a father to Malvo. Okay. And they continue this relationship for years. So 3 years later, they end up in the U.S., in Washington State. And John Mohammed is 41 now, and Malvo is 17. And John Mohammed, he's kind of an angry dude. Like, he's just mad about a lot of shit. Particularly, he's mad about his ex-wife. And he also knows how to use a pew-pew. So he starts telling Malvo about this secret mission he wants him to be a part of, and he starts training him and teaching him how to use weapons and how to withstand an interrogation.
So it's the same. Okay. It's the same story. I kind of figured, because I was like, once he talked about shooting, this person was shooting random people, I was like, okay, I remember this story.
If he ever gets caught and stuff like that. And eventually, John Mohammed gives Malvo his first task. He's like, first, you need to unalive my ex-wife's friend's niece. So then, Malvo goes and he knocks on the niece's door, and when she answers, bang, he shoots her right in the face. Then, a few weeks later, John Mohammed and Malvo, they take off on a road trip across the U.S. And they make their way south and then east, and John Mohammed keeps giving Malvo new targets as they zigzag across state lines. And these targets are just random people, and Malvo shoots them all. Then, they eventually end up in the D.C., Maryland area. And while they're there, they buy a car, a blue Chevy Caprice. And this Caprice has a hole cut in it just above the trunk. Like this right here. Now this hole allows them to hide in the trunk and shoot people through that hole without anyone seeing them. So then in this
you have to be a wicked person to do something like that. I never understand why people feel like they could just they're here to just kill people. Why? If you're not happy with your life, just do something with your life. Do something more positive. Going around taking people's life is going to do what for you? You're just going to be miserable. You're just going to be a miserable person. I don't understand it. I understand we all get frustrated or whatever, but taking somebody else's life is going to do what for you? What's this going to do for you? Nothing. It's going to make your life even worse now, because you bringing this dark negativities in your life. You know what I'm saying? And you just gonna make it worse. And it's not gonna go away. It's gonna make it worse and worse and worse. I don't get people that do stuff like this. I just don't get it.
D.C., Maryland area, they go on this shooting spree.
Why?
And they unalive a bunch of people, and no one knows who they are until the FBI gets a hold of that one fingerprint from the liquor store robbery in Alabama. And then they run that print through their system, and boom, there's a match. That fingerprint is Malvo's, who they pretty quick...
Thank God for technology. Sometimes you gotta be thankful for technology, because, when I be watching videos, videos about certain things like that, like crime that happened, 17 or 18 something, they didn't have certain technology, so it was very, very hard for them to find criminals back then. They didn't have the same equipment that we have today. So thank God for these equipments, you know, because a lot of these criminals would have got away with it.
Quickly linked to John Muhammad. So finally, they know who they're looking for. Not a lone shooter, but a duo of shooters. So then they link John Muhammad to his car, the blue Chevy Caprice, and they put out this info all over the media that they're looking for this particular car. Then a few days later, in the late hours of the AM, they get a tip about the car and they find the Caprice parked at a rest stop with John Muhammad and Malvo asleep inside. So, after almost a month of terror, bam, police arrest John Muhammad. Here's his mugshot. And then bam, they arrest Malvo. Here's his mugshot. And Malvo gets life in prison, and John Muhammad gets the death penalty, and eventually, he's executed.
People cannot even go to the store and mind their business because you got these demons roaming around the street and it's taking people's life because they're miserable. I don't know. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I can go on and on and on about this, but I'll see y'all later. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and check these videos out. And I'll see you lovely people. Y'all take care. Bye. Peace. Oh, my God.